Oh yeah, it looks like One Night at Freddy's 3D has gone full circle with virtual reality. That's right, we started with the DK1 and the DK2, had to update those runtimes, and now we're moving into the commercial era of virtual reality by adding Oculus Rift support and HTC VIVE support. So basically, we're geared for everything, and now I'm going to do a little demo using SteamVR's HTC VIVE. As you can see here, the mode is detected. I'm going to take easy so I can actually talk while this takes place. One note I have to make to anybody who has an Oculus Rift and an HTC VIVE, that will likely mean that you have SteamVR installed. If you start my game and you see SteamVR come up in your headset instead of the game, close the game, leave SteamVR running, and start my game again. And that's the solution. I was actually afraid I was going to have to do an update there, that I had a problem, but it doesn't appear to persist for too long. The second time you launch the game with SteamVR running, it will start correctly. It's very uneventful on easy. You can hear them approaching, nice and slow, but it'll be a while before you have an unwanted encounter. You can even go ahead and drain a little power. That's right, not much has changed in the game. I mean, it looks great in the new headsets, I gotta say. There's a downside for the Oculus Rift where there's a lot of smearing with the lights going on. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that there was no excessive God rays. There's actually not that many God rays, but a lot of light smearing that you will not get in the Vive. The Vive actually gives a clearer image, and I gave you guys a little treat right there. Hello, Chica. I decided to use super sampling on the HTC Vive, which compensates for the fact that it doesn't have any MSAA, that this game doesn't have any MSAA. And it pretty much, in terms of anti-aliasing, looks as legitimate as the Oculus Rift runtimes make it look. So now really you're getting a par level of image quality. The only downside I can say so far is that light smearing with the Oculus Rift. We're going to try it out later, but I just want to go through a run, being able to describe the improvements here, where I obviously find that readability on the text in both headsets is vastly improved. One thing I really found... Whoa. One thing I really found amazing during my tests is that I was able to... The little scenes for Cam 7 look absolutely freaking incredible with the HTC Vive. For some reason in the Vive, I had a whoa moment that I did not get on the Oculus. I actually had to test all that stuff. Every time I release a new build, I actually run through all of the game's basically endgame scenarios where you can actually get killed by an animatronic or by Golden Freddy. I actually test all that stuff, and I found that the Cam 7 scenes just looked phenomenal on the HTC Vive compared to the Oculus Rift. Oh, there we go, already. That was, as the difficulty states, pretty easy. Yay! If you like to torture yourself after a long day's work, when you get home, launch this game and set a custom party to all 20. You will love yourself for doing so. Here we go. I skipped on the instructions earlier, that little instruction screen that comes up, mostly because I had the volume up so high I couldn't even hear myself talk. Holy shit, already. Of course, I can hear whispering in the background. Nice of me to do that. The thing I want to do now, actually, is this. If I remember how to play my own fucking game. Okay, his head's out. His head's out. We have to watch for animatronics. But mostly we have to watch for this fucker. Actually, you know what? The way I did this, yeah. Is he so certain to come out? You don't even bother checking. Oh shit. There you are. I'm at risk already. I'm leaving the door open. Shit. Double risk. Oh shit. Oh, she's still out there. Or he. Alright. It's like fucking survival horror, for fuck's sake. They're all there. Fucking hell. Damn it. Damn it. Holy shit. Damn it! Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die! So close! Ah! Fuck you! So close! So close! I made 3 mistakes that probably cost me the game, where I used power when I shouldn't have. Like, I got nervous and clicked the light twice and turned it back on when I didn't wanna. This game has not changed other than looking sharper. It looks really, the word I can find for the HTC VIVE is sharp. Now, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna torture myself with the Oculus Rift now. So, very first thing, the big disclaimer that comes up on my title screen that I've just passed now. Apologies to those of you with an Oculus Rift. You're gonna see a lot of light smearing on that screen. I was actually surprised, like I said earlier, not to see that many God rays in my game. Because, for instance, this is like white text on a black background. It's probably the worst case scenario. And I'm really getting a pretty good output. It's really not that bad. It gets a little worse once you enter the office. This is going easy here, so I can actually talk while I do this. Volume's a little loud, but it's not as bad as last time. When I started, I could barely do my, I could barely think. So there we go. It's looking pretty nice. So the problem is when you look in a dark area, like the text on the upper right there, has sort of rays going across it because of these lenses, and at the bottom left there is like a bunch of rays coming out of power remaining and consumption, like a nice big swath of them. Aside from that, it's really not too terrible actually. I was expecting much worse, and it's really not that bad. It's mostly around the edges of these lenses it gets pretty terrible, especially with horror games where you have a lot of contrast, a lot of darkness and brightness at the same time in the same image. I think the action will start happening around 4 AM on easy. Sometimes it starts a little earlier. I think I had a little bit of a special during testing earlier where I had a visit from Chica and Bonnie at the same time twice on easy. It was really a what the fuck moment. But that's what happens when you use randomizers. It's all based on probability, but at the same time, probability is only probability. On a bad day, everything bad will happen even though it's not supposed to. Alright, like right now, I could get attacked from the window. Oh, just heard something. See how the... Oh, fuck, I got attacked from the window on easy. What? Holy shit! I was just talking about that. Oh, good job, game. You got me. Holy fuck, my own game got me right there. And before, Bonnie totally jumped me on easy, for fuck's sake. That is right. At the moment where I'm talking about probability, what I wanted to say is I'll see if these headphones are actually a little better for this game. I actually used the HTC VIVE earbuds on my first run. So on this one, I'm obviously using the Oculus headphones, because on top of that Unity, when you put your Oculus support, and you start that game and it detects the Oculus Rift, it actually makes sure to have the audio go on the Oculus Rift's headphones. Not only is party time mode on all 20 a great way to torture yourself after a hard day's work, it's also a great way to see if the Oculus headphones are making a difference here. I do remember putting a lot of work on the audio on this game, and I'm hoping it's actually gonna do it some justice, because these headphones are indeed pretty good. One of the huge advantages of this headset. Okay, I can hear them. I heard something on my right. That's Chica. Chica's on cam 2 already, I bet. Fuck, I missed the cam. I want to waste power here. Not yet, but yeah, I know Chica's coming. The only cam I need is this one. Alright, they're all gone. Begin guard. This isn't some fucking around here. It gives you very little time to start your run. It's down to business right away. Okay, that's Bonnie. Try to save power here. It's gonna turn into an ASMR video. Alright. That's cool. That was one sound. And here she comes. Oh, here she comes. She's definitely a man-eater. Oh, shit. I heard that. Oh yeah, that's nice. Ah. Okay, that's the bear. You! Fuck! God damn it! I gotta tell you, this guy, when I was doing the test, I hadn't seen this game in a while, right? In a few months. And I'm using the Oculus Rift first. I did Oculus Rift because it's easy, right? The support is already there. I just had to update that first. So I'm testing that. And I get to that scene, and that fucking guy surprised me. Yeah, that anime, it looks like there's a guy suffering in there. For those who wonder, I've seen the question asked on Game Joe. It's supposed to be you, the player, stuffed in the suit, dying, choking on all the metal parts going through your body, obviously, so there's like blood. Yeah, so that's it. With the two headsets, I got to torture myself today to announce that I support them both. So Steam VR's HTC VIVE and Oculus Rift consumer model supported. The DK2 will still work with this game. I will not go ahead and torture myself a third time. You do it. You go ahead and torture yourself. So that's it. It's great to see it go full circle. I hope a whole bunch of people revisit it. I hope a whole bunch of new players get to try it out. And I hope it works out for everybody. No issues. And if you find anything, just leave a comment on that Game Jolt page. I should be able to address it eventually if there's anything pretty big. That's it. Thanks for watching.